To make the shell for the cannolis, you will need a baking tray, some water, your dumpling wrappers, and the dumpling wrappers really need to be the correct wrappers. What you're trying to get is the thickest wrappers you can find. So usually this is the Jiaozi wrappers, but if not, you can somewhat fan them and just see the thickness of the actual wrappers. And what you're trying to aim for is get the thickest wrappers that's available in the store. And then you also need the foil, and the best thing to do is try to get the thickest foil. This is kind of medium weight, which I'm going to just have to deal with. And then the last thing you'll need is a tube that has the diameter which is about 1 inch. So first let's prep our form for our cannolis. What we'll need is some foil, and the foil, the width that you want to get is a little longer than the diameter of your dumplings. So this is about right. And so I'm just going to tear it here. And because I don't have really heavy duty foil, I'm going to coil the foil up several times just to be a little sturdy. And so I'm going to cut this in half. I usually use a small pot to fry it. So in order to get a rotation going, I'll make about 6, and then as they cool, I'm going to remove the foil tubing to use for the next batch. Now what you want to do is wrap the foil around your tube, and if there are any pieces that might come out, just get rid of those, and then wind the foil around your tube. And once you've wound the foil around your tube, you're going to take your Jiaozi wrapper, your dumpling wrapper, and if your wrapper is a little oblong, I'm going to make it a little longer, so the length of the wrapper is going to go that way along the tube, so you'll end up having a little longer cannoli. And then I'm going to use some water, put it on the sides here so it's going to act as a tacky glue, and then wrap it right over here. And you need to make sure that you actually press the dough so it's going to stick, and then you'll just remove it like this. Here we have all our dumpling wrappers that are in tubes ready for frying. And here's my little saucepan of oil, and I'm looking for a temperature of about 350 to 375. So this is still a little too warm. I'm just going to wait a little bit. And you can use very small tongs or some chopsticks, and have a tray here that you're going to put some paper towels to soak up the oil. So I'm going to put my first one in, and I'm going to just drop it in there. You see how it starts to crisp up there. And you want to have it brown and bubble up. And you need to make sure that your oil is not too hot, because you want the interior that's actually against the dough wrapper to cook properly. And you can see how there's a lot of pressure on this part where you sealed it, and that's why you really need to seal it well to avoid it from coming apart. And once it's browned nicely to the color that you like it, I don't like it too brown, just place it in your tray like this with the tube facing down so that the oil can drain onto the paper towel. And that's how you make the shells for your cannoli. So to remove your foil from the wrapper, you know that this part is what sticks because of where the water is. So just make sure that that is unlodged, and then you can pull out your foil and then reuse this for more cannolis. Okay, so after I've taken the foil out of the cannoli shell, I'm going to uncoil it, roll it up again, And this is where I will dry my hands so it's not so oily. Take my dumpling wrapper, roll it up again, take my water, and make sure I seal it well, and then pull it out. So for the filling, we will need ricotta cheese that is drained to remove the excess liquid that will result in a thicker filling. And then for the sugar, sieve the powdered confectioner's sugar because I don't want to have lumps. Make sure that it's pretty lump-free. Then I'll also need to add my salt, my vanilla extract. It's optional, but if you want to add some lemon zest, you can add some lemon zest. And this lemon zest I've chopped into fairly small pieces, and some lemon juice. And then I'm going to stir this into the ricotta cheese and make a delicious filling. It's really simple, so you can see now it's pretty much mixed. Now the key is to keep the cannoli shells dry. So what I'm going to do is actually just put this into a plastic bag with an icing nozzle. So I have a Ziploc bag here, and I'm going to cut a little tip off here. Make sure you throw this away so it doesn't land in your filling. I'm going to open this bag up, and if you don't have a piping bag, this is another way you can do it, and insert it into the corner that you just cut, and then push it so that the actual plastic kind of sticks to the nozzle. And then you're going to fill this bag. So when you fill the cannolis, fill this as close to the time of eating as possible. And all you need to do is make sure that your bag of filling is sealed, and this is your shell, and you're just going to squeeze some of your cannoli filling this side, and another squeeze this side, and place it on your thing and sprinkle with powdered sugar. This makes for a great DIY cannoli bar with a variety of fillings, so enjoy! More recipes can be found on SammyWong'sKitchen.com or social media. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks!